So, hello and welcome back to round 4 actually of the TCG Regional Championships Bremen taking place this weekend. This round we will have Romain versus Reklev.
Yeah, so Romain, actually I don't think I've ever seen him play before. I don't know if he's like an old-time player, if he's new, but he's doing 3-0, so can't be doing too badly. And Tord, well, who doesn't know Tord in Europe or even outside Europe at this point, one of the most accomplished European players, just had an absolutely insane season last season, just winning the top fouring at the European internationals, winning the North America internationals, literally the biggest Pokemon tournament we've ever had. Like, this guy is crazy good.
Yeah, he's an extremely good player, and he also proved that he can play under enormous pressure. So
just hands down one of the best, and just getting ready to sort of set up here. And sadly, I know so a couple of you guys were messaging in asking if we can get any UK players on. This out of the matches we had, this was the best one, and someone else did ask for Tord as well. So we tried to do the best we can to sort of accommodate. But they're ready to start, and
they start the round now.
Okay, great. So it looks like Tord is going with his old faithful Drampa Garbodor.
Must be his thing, I guess.
I mean, why wouldn't you, right? If you've done that well with the deck before, of course you're gonna play it again. It's just it's still a good deck as well. So
I guess never change a running system.
That's absolutely right. And it looks like on Romain's side, it looks like he's going to. Is that a Skylar or an Ultra Ball?
I think so.
Yeah, and so he's gonna use that to grab himself what looks to be a Grubbin, just to make sure he has at least one out. And so obviously Romain is playing Vikavolt Bulu, which is a deck we saw last round, but unlike Patrick, he's playing the Tapu promo.
Yeah, he's already benched it.
Yeah. Perhaps not as useful against Drampa Garbodor as it is against other matchups, but still a good card.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
So it's still great to have, and it looks like after benching a Grubbin, Romain will pass.
So let's see what Tord's doing. He's starting with a choice band on his is it a choice band?
It's a psychic energy, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, he's starting with a psychic energy on his Drampa GX, and then
very big Sycamore. It's cutting a ton of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, but he's got one Drampa in the active, one on the bench. I imagine he's probably going to find a Trubbish, which he does. So that's really good for him. Finds an Eevee as well.
He might. Yeah, probably he's playing Espeon. And he's using Big Wheel GX.
Yes. Big Wheel, absolutely brilliant GX attack. Just lets you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 10 cards. Now, with the way that N isn't as easy to access because you have to actually have the physical N instead of a Versus Seeker, Big Wheels tend to stick a lot more. So if Romain is not able to N, then Tord is going to have the potential to have a really big turn too. And yeah, it's interesting to see him bench the Eevee. So is he playing some kind of hybrid, maybe? With Espeon and Drampa?
I mean, that's the only possible explanation for playing Eevee.
Yeah, God, that's interesting. I don't think we've really seen something like this before, but I mean, obviously it must be working out for him if he's already at 3-0.
Yeah, definitely.
Very interesting to see how this plays out. So Sycamore finds its way to Romain's hand, and it looks like... Wait, is that... Did he just Skylar for that Sycamore? He did.
So,
oh dear. That's not ideal in the slightest.
Not really. Especially after Tord's Big Wheel GX, you want to have some kind of counter, or at least some new hand cards.
But no, as it stands, Romain just... having to feel a little bit sorry for himself there. As down comes the Potown from Tord, and then evolving into the Garbodor with Garbotoxin, a really, really huge asset against the Vikavolt Bulu deck. Just stopping those strong charges means that puts you in a really good position.
Potown is one of the newer cards in the format. Every time you evolve one of your Pokemon, it gets 3 damage counters.
Yeah.
So, of course it hurts your opponent, but in Drampa Garbodor, it also activates the effect of Drampa's attack, so you also want to get the bench damage.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the damage on the Garbodor, so then it means that Drampa's Berserk attack, of course, it does more damage if you have any bench Pokemon with damage counters on them. And so with that, you're able to do 150, and then with a Choice Band, you actually do 180, and you knock out most basic GXs, which of course is really strong. Imagine if Tord had a double Color Energy in his hand right now, he'd actually be able to KO this Tapu Lele. Sadly, he doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes you miss something out, but still, Tord is in a good position. He has a good start. He has his Espeon out now, so now we have proof that he's playing some kind of hybrid between the Garbodor Drampa variant and the Garbodor Espeon variant. So
yeah, I imagine, because there's no way he'd be able to fit in like the full 3-2 or free line. So I imagine he'll probably be playing a thinner line to make up for the fact that it is like this sort of hybrid variant, or he could even be playing a 1-1 line. Actually, we don't really know.
We don't know yet, but we'll see.
yeah, exactly. We will see. And especially, God, it's especially sad for Tord that he missed the. I mean, he does have the Float Stone onto the Garb and the Garb Toxin, which is pretty huge. But missing the DC off the big wheel is, very unlikely.
It is.
But yeah, now Romain is just gonna have to find something here. He got the Sycamore at least, so that's fine. But he's gonna want to find one of his Field Blowers and a Vikavolt ideally, so he can just really start to load up some energy and mount a counter attack. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen with his current hand though.
His hand isn't that good.
I don't see a Field Blower at least. Oh, wait, no, is that a Field Blower there? No, it just passed.
Oh.
Absolutely not what Romain wanted in the slightest. No, as you see,
not at all.
No, and Tord is able to find himself the Trash Avalanche Garbodor. Yeah. That's going to take 30 damage counters on it as well, and it's putting a Choice Band onto the Espeon GX on the bench, and he Guzmas, bringing up the Bulu and putting his own Espeon GX, and he will be able to Psybeam that Bulu for 60, and then leave it confused.
Yeah, it's hard because those are only it's basically the only attacker Romain has. It's the only. Yeah.
It's I don't know about you, but when I'm playing, the thing I find about Confusion is almost like the most tilting status condition because you had the choice. It's just like, do I want to flip this coin or not? And then if you flip tails, it's just the worst feeling in the world. It's like I lose my attack, I take 30 damage. It's like, oh come on, A little bit more fortunate for Romain's side, though. He was able to find a Rare Candy Vikavolt, so that's a bit nice for him. And it looks like he's going to be playing a Switch as well to bring the Coco into the active. So now all he really needs to find is a Field Blower, and he might be able to mount something.
He has an N in his end, and he's playing.
Yeah, he just really wants to see the Field Blower. As soon as he sees it, he can do Strong Charge from the deck, and he can actually take the knockout on this Espeon GX. That would actually be a really huge turn for Romain if he could do that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what he's thinking for.
Let's see what he's getting from his N.
You see Tord just going to shuffle up. Does he hit the Field Blower? Again, one of these things where it's just the one draw, which could be everything or nothing.
How many Field Blowers do you believe he's playing?
Two is I think brave in Vikavolt Bulu. I think 3 has become normal now. Some people have even played 4 because they're just that scared of Garbatoxin, but I mean, no matter the number, it looks like Romain did not hit it regardless. So, yeah, sad turn of events for him. Oh, no, it's there in his hand. Oh, okay, that's brilliant for him then. So, I think he's just debating whether he wants to... Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, Field Blower goes onto the Float Stone, discarding it, and he's also discarding the Choice Band off of the bench Drampa. Which makes sense, because, of course, the Choice Band on the active is going to go as soon as Romain takes his knockout. And actually, this is a really good turn for him.
It is. It's taking pretty much everything Tord build up. He still has the Drampa, but without the Choice Band, it's not that powerful.
No, definitely not. We see he does attack. He attached from hand a grass to he has other Bulu just to get that ready for next turn, and then of course this turn using the Strong Charge onto the other Bulu to get the free energy required on it for the attack, retreating the Tapu Koko, and eventually Okay, don't want to get ahead of myself. Wait for it. Nature's Judgment for 210 and blowing up the Espeon GX and 2 prize cards for Romain. They say comedy is 95% timing.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, or at least a lot of that. But anyway, So yeah, now Todd's taking a really big hit. Still far from out of the game. No floatstone hits a little bit, but he does have the replacement in his hand, so it's fine from that perspective. You're actually going to field blow the choice band off of Romain's Bulu. There's the floatstone.
Oh yeah, Troyd got floatstone and choice band straight away, and energy.
Yeah. It's actually one thing we don't know is exactly how many items are.
That's what I was also thinking about, if they are counting them already with a special dice, but I don't believe they do.
So, I mean, to be fair, one of us could just like go out and ask them to do that, but it might be a bit awkward to just like leave it in the middle of the game. Just leave one of us here, so we'll do it for now. And then this will be a sycamore. So we'll find some more stuff. Oh, it's interesting to see Todd there drew a Hala.
Oh.
So for those of you who don't know, Hala is a supporter that lets you shuffle your hand into your deck. If you've used your GX attack already this game, you draw 7 cards. Otherwise, you draw 4. This is really good in decks like this, which tend to use the GX attack more early, because you tend to want a big wheel to 1 or 2, and then so from that point on, Hala's always letting you shuffle in and draw 7. At which point, it becomes a really good supporter.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's funny because not many decks have really played it, but only really.
Yeah, but the thing is, most decks don't really use their GX attacks right away.
No.
GX attacks are mostly really powerful, and they deal a lot of damage, and you want them to finish your game.
Yeah, so one of the exceptions really of those being in Drampa. The Trash Launch Garbodor was able to knock out the Bulu because it was of course already damaged, so 2 prizes for Tord. In return of Field Blow, another one from Romain, able to discard the tools again, so he actually will have access to Strong Charge again, which is very important, because now he can attach 1 grass, 1 lightning, and again that means he has a knockout available. But it looks like because he doesn't have access to Guzma, he's thinking to himself, okay, I don't want to necessarily just spend so much energy just to KO a Garbodor with Trash Launch, so I don't want to just attach my second energy to the Coco and maybe start spreading some damage.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe play here.
Yeah, Flying Flip's always pretty strong, and yeah, Flying Flip 20 to everything, and now it's going to be back on Tord. Now, again, we're not exactly sure of how many. That's like they put some dice out for us to count now, so it's 6. So that's.
Are you sure that those aren't just random dices? Because there are other markers, or is this a match?
God, I'm actually not sure now. I mean, we'll be able to tell by how much damage this
if he attacks with a Trash Launch, then yeah, we're able to tell. Oh, Todd's able to find another floatstone, so it's just a constant battle of I attach my tool, I blow it, attach another tool, blow it again, and now attach another tool. So now it will come really clutch to see whether Romain ends up, whether his list does indeed play 3 or 4 blower, and if he doesn't, this game is going to probably go south very quickly.
But Tord is pretty lucky with his floatstones. He always had them straight away.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, it was literally just like a bang, bang, bang chain of like blower to floatstone. Looks like he's deciding what the best spot to play is, and he's going for the Hala. So very nice of him, able to shuffle his hand in and draw 7 cards. It's better than Professor Oak's New Theory.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how that feels for you, but for me it always feels kind of confusing if my opponent shuffles his hand back into the deck and I don't do that because I'm so much used to playing N.
Yeah. For me, I was playing a lot when Colress was around, so it's a little bit more. So and I started when Professor Oak's New Theory was a thing. So like for me, not so much, but a little bit, yeah. Especially now that it's been so long since there's been a good shuffle draw supporter played, and it looks like that was indeed a knockout. So I think that number of dice is correct. I think that is actually 6 in there because that attack would have had to be doing at least 120 to knock out this Tapu Koko. And Romain's conceding. Whoa, okay. So that tells me one of 2 things. Either he doesn't play more than 2 blower, or he does and one of them is prized.
Yep.
No, Romain conceded.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I missed that.
Yeah. So with that, Tord is going to take game 1, and we're moving on to game 2. Gosh, that's I mean, what do you say to that? Just.
Well, it was a pretty fast game 1.
Yeah. Maybe Romain just thinking, if I can't, I don't know, to me that just says that he must only play 2 blower or that one is prize, because surely if you didn't, you'd at least try to dig for it before conceding.
I feel like probably 1 was prize, because if if he really only played 2, he
Oh.
would have tried maybe to get it a little bit, to find out a little bit more,
Yeah.
and to still come back. And
It's I don't know what to say to that, but either way, what we know does happen though. It means that we still got plenty of time to do game 2 and 3. So that is one of the things that something you just have to be aware of. Again, we were talking earlier about time management. You just need to know when a game is lost. So you can say, right, you know what? If I just concede this now, I have a chance to win 2 more games after this and take the win for the match.
Yeah,
it's just it's a very important skill to keep in mind when if you're getting into the trading card game, especially at a really high competitive level, like at regionals.
Yeah, that's true.
Because tying once or twice is fine, but if you're tying sort of like 3 or 4 or 5 rounds in a tournament, it ruins your chances.
But it's hard for newer players because normally they play league challenges and league cups, and all these tournaments are best of 1, and then you go to a regional, and I mean there are so many more players and so many more rounds, and you can get tired at the end, and then it's best of 3, which new players are just not used to, so it's something you have to learn.
I mean, not only that, but it's also just because you haven't been playing for as long, you aren't as used to what everything does. So like the expert players, they'll like see a card straight away and say, "Oh, I know what that does." So then it's the physical motion of playing cards. You do it a lot faster if you know everything in and out. But if you're not as familiar with it, then it can be a bit of a struggle. Anyway, so starting off with this game 2, we're here with Romain going first. He's going to find himself an Ultra Ball for a Lele Wonder Tag. Probably going to grab a Bridget, assuming that Is that... Yeah, there it is.
That's a Bridget.
So already a much better start for Romain this game. He'll be able to get out a third Grabbin if he wants to, a Bulu and a Tapu Koko promo. Or actually, if he wants to keep the bench slot free, he might just grab the Koko promo and the Bulu.
Probably.
We'll see.
So he has some free space for another Lele.
Potentially, yeah, if he needs it. Let's see what he grabs. Yeah, the Koko promo definitely always goes down, but then...
Oranguru.
Ah, okay. So this is really good. And a Bulu, yeah. Okay, so if you had the Oranguru, then it makes sense to do this. That's really great for him. So now he can sort of play the rest of his hand out, draw a few more cards, do the same next turn maybe. We see he does have a Skylar in hand, which could be very strong if he does instruct for... No? Oh, did he have too many cards in his hand for instruct?
Probably.
Because if he only had 2, surely you'd do the instruct for 1, right? Or did he just forget? Oh, I think
he just forgot.
It's a shame. That's something else that...
Maybe he has a Sycamore in hand, and no, he has a Skylar.
He has a Skylar and what looks to be a Vikavolt. Yeah, he probably just forgot. But again, it's these tiny little things that over the course of many games will add up, and you got to be, if you want to be a really high level competitive player, you got to be careful to make sure you don't miss these small things, because maybe this time it didn't make a difference, but in the future.
But I can imagine that Romain is probably a little bit under pressure and nervous because he's playing on stream and playing against someone like Tord. Who's pretty well known and has a lot of achievements. Can make you a bit nervous. Yeah,
this factors into it as well. Yeah, like it's whenever you go to a tournament, if you see a name on a pairing and you see the name Tord Reklev against you, that's like, it's not a name you want to see, is it?
Definitely not.
Yeah. I actually played against him round 1, day 2 of Worlds, and we tied. But we tied because I misplayed. I discarded the wrong thing, and he was able to stall to make sure I didn't take last prizes for the win. It was really frustrating. But it's always my games with Tord have always been really good. Actually, he's a real pleasure to play against. Great guy. I can't speak for Romain because I've not played against him, but I'm sure he's lovely as well.
Yeah, I know Tord as well. He's nice.
Yeah. And again from Tord, we see the turn 1 big wheel. So really sort of proving what this deck normally does with turn 1s and why Hala actually does make sense. So, and also actually, this is a bit sad for Romain because I'm guessing that Tord sort of assumed that Romain wouldn't have an N because of his low hand size, and because it looks like what Romain is planning on is just going Skylar for Rare Candy into Vikavolt and then Instruct, because I think his hand is literally Skylar Vikavolt.
Yeah. Probably.
And what did he draw? Is that Super Rod?
I can't see it.
I saw something, I think it was vaguely blue. If that's a choice band, that's actually nuts, because then he has the KO on the Drampa. That is a Skylar.
Yeah.
What's I going to grab here?
Maybe he also drew the Rare Candy.
Possibly. It looks like he's thinking pretty hard.
maybe that wasn't the Vikavolt then, because if he had the Vikavolt, he probably would have played it straight away. What is he going to grab?
Must be a tough decision.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. He's grabbing rare candy. Maybe he was thinking instead I might want to just evolve some Charger Bugs instead, just go that route. But no. Yeah. It was rare candy Vikavolt as. I was right then.
Oh yeah.
But now. Okay. Now he does instruct. Does he see the choice band? No. I think he drew an energy recycler and some. Oh wait.
Oh.
Yeah. He drew it.
So
he has the knockout. Surely. Oh no, he can't retreat this Grumman in the active. That's what it is. Of course. Oh, how can we miss that? So
sure.
Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. that makes sense now. So yeah, Romain is able to set up the Bulu, but he needed a float stone to actually
or
do this
some
properly.
other kind of switching card.
Yeah. But then of course, I think his only other switching card is Guzma, and of course if you Guzma, you can't Skylar. So
Or switch.
Or switch. Oh yeah, no, he does play a switch. Okay, yeah. Of course, we saw it last game when we were talking about. But now he's actually debating where to attach his lightning to, thinking. Yeah,
well, he's attaching it to later.
I think he's thinking if Tor just has, say, Potown, Evolve, DC, Choice Band, Guzma, he can actually knock out the Bulu in one hit and just knock all his energy off, and at that point, that's really bad.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's what he was thinking there. But yeah, and obviously you're not gonna even put the choice band down now because it's almost a bit too risky too, because you don't really get any benefit from it because you're not doing anything with it this turn.
Yeah, he can only lose it.
Yeah.
Whether through field blower or through attack, so he might just keep it.
Yeah. And so yeah, back to Tord's turn. He does have the Rainbow Energy for the Espeon. It's going to take 1 damage counter, but that means there will be no Berserk this turn. So Tord is a little bit more limited in the damage that he can do. He needs to find really he's actually going for... it's funny with this sort of play where you go attach a choice band instead of a float stone to a Garbodor. Before, it was sometimes just an absolute death sentence because they could just Lysander active and then get stuck. But now that we have Guzma, that's become like an extra out that almost every deck plays to switch yourself out when that happens. So doing this is so much less risky than it was before, especially because you can sometimes, if you need to, just field blow it off and attach a float later as well. That's another option. It's a lot less risky.
Yeah.
So is that...
Sometimes it can also be nice to field blower off your own item, so you have abilities again and use Tapu Lele. So
yeah, that's I've seen that happen more than a few times already. Interesting from Romain, we actually saw him play a support. It was Pokemon Fan Club.
Oh.
So because this actually just set your deck for any 2 basic Pokemon, put them in your hand, but it's like I don't really think there's anything in particular. I mean, his bench is full anyway, so actually
he might just play them to have it out of his deck, so he's not drawing it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, this makes sense. Of course. Oh yeah, because of course he's under Garbatoxin lock, so Instructor doesn't work. So yeah, he just wants to increase his likelihood of drawing a supporter. This makes sense. So what does Tord do now? He wants to find a double colorless, obviously, because then he can start putting on some pressure with Berserk. He's got a lot actually. He has the Howler in hand as well. Maybe he might Ultra Ball for the Garbatoxin Garbodor and then just play the Howler.
He plays an Ultra Ball and discarding two Ultra Ball? No. 1 Ultra Ball and 1
shiny card. It might be, actually I think that's a Lele.
Oh yeah, it could be, or it could be anything else.
Whatever it is, we can't see it anymore. He actually got nothing from the Ultra Ball and
then the Howler.
Yes. So yeah, Tord really just wants to find a DCE. If he finds a DCE, he's in a really great position. You can start putting on pressure. Although then at that point he does leave himself open to. I mean, he doesn't know that Romain has a choice band. Because Romain has just sort of held it.
Yeah.
But then all Romain would need is the choice band, any energy to get the knockout. And we know he has the choice band. Does he have the energy? No, it doesn't look like he does. That could be a problem potentially.
Probably.
And
let's see. Did Tord get a double colorless energy?
No. Only a psychic. So looks like he's gonna have to be content with Righteous Edge and then pass. From Romain's side, another Ultra Ball was not really gonna help him out.
No, it's not gonna bring him anywhere.
No, it's he's forced to pass again. I think he's just waiting for this Grublin to be KO'd at this point.
Yeah, he's just waiting for an energy and for his option to bring in a better Pokemon into the active position. So Tord now attaches another basic energy. It's now able to attach with Berserk, and we see a put down.
Yep. So that will. Oh, and the Guzma is going to bring up the Vikavolt. This is really big. So now, even if Romain has a Field Blower, he won't have access to the Strong Charge. So yeah, that Vikavolt is going to go down because the Berserk is now doing 150 because of the damage on the Espeon.
Yeah.
And though a lucky draw for Romain sees him top like a rare candy, so he can now optimal for another Vikavolt and get that out. But again, with no Field Blower.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything without Field Blower or under ability lock.
Yeah.
So.
Which is what the Garbotoxin is making him short right now. And yeah, you see from the look of it on Romain's face is you're really struggling to think what the best way to purchase is, because I mean, when you're under ability lock and you have no supporters, I mean, what do you do?
There's nothing you can do. You just sit there and wait.
Yeah, wait and pray that your deck gives you something, anything.
Yeah.
Just it's like he can rare candy the Grubbin into a. Oh, he just passed. So yeah, and there's the Vikavolt now, but again, that's just not helpful. Yeah, he benches another Coco promo. Is he maybe even thinking it's not worth rare candying the Grubbin?
Probably.
It's because we didn't do it last turn. I need to recycle it for 1.
Oh, and it's flipping away. Okay, he now got the card back.
Yeah. But even then, playing the energy recycle for 1 is so underwhelming because do you know what it is? I think Romain is just wary of again playing too many items because of Trash Launch Garbodor. So he's just thinking, I really don't want to do that because then again it could make things really bad for me. But then he just played the energy recycler for 1.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Oh.
It makes no sense to keep track of your items and then wasting an energy recycler for only 1 energy.
Unless he's just really desperate for that 1 energy. But either way.
But he's not in a good position anyway.
No, especially not another pass and another Guzma bringing up that. And at this point, he doesn't even need to use the Drampa to attack. He can just bring up the Lele.
And it's enough.
Yeah, energy drive for 40. If you ever need there's the Field Blower. Way too late. Way too late. Well, a turn too late, but.
That's sad. That's really sad.
That is.
Yeah.
So the best play I think Romain has right now is Field Blower, Ultra Ball for a Grubbin, attach a Choice Band to the Bulu, instruct, hope to win energy, then at least then maybe you can do something. You can mount another.
He's using the Field Blower.
Yeah, he is. He has to because he literally loses the game if he doesn't. And
Lele, 1 attack for a supporter card.
Yep, probably. Well, definitely. But I mean, he's gonna. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for a Sycamore at this point. He just wants to see as many cards as possible.
Definitely.
I mean, Lydia, if you're Romain here, seriously, what do you do?
I honestly, I have no clue. I wouldn't even know what to hope for.
He does get the Sycamore off of the Lele, and he's going to play the Ultra Ball down now. And like I said, I'd be surprised if he didn't go for a Grubbin at this point. Again, it's just a struggle for him though. But
he has a rare candy in his hand, doesn't use of anything.
No, he has to. In fact, he may as well just discard the rare candy because, again, I think he's just wary of the items. But I think Romain needs to recognise at this point it actually just does not matter. You can play all the few items you want in the world, but Tord is just putting too much pressure on. That's the thing.
He's in a position where he can take the knockouts anyway.
Yeah.
So he does not rely on late game Garbodor hits.
No, absolutely not. And that's one of the things that makes this deck so good is that you have all these attacking options that you can put on both early and late pressure.
Yeah,
it's why the deck is so good, and it's why Tord has been so successful with it because he knows how to pilot it properly.
And he also has seemed to find a way how to play it after rotation. how to play it consistently.
Yeah, definitely. You see, they just set up so nicely, and maybe the key is just take both the Garb variants, just sort of mash them together.
Take the best of both worlds.
Yep. I'm not gonna sing the song.
Oh, okay. Oh, too sad.
I'm assuming that's that's the song you're thinking of, or right? Yeah. We're having a bit of fun, guys. Yeah, you gotta do something to cheer up this really sort of abysmal board state. That's it.
Okay.
Romain's had enough. He's like, I'm maybe not going home, but just I'm gonna accept that this one was a loss, and that's great for us because we can now get Tortor an interview, and then after that, I don't know about you, Lydia, but I want to go get food.
Sure.
So we won't go for food straight away. We will go get Tortor in for a quick little interview first. I think we know what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here with Tord, who just kind of demolished that matchup, to be honest. What can we say about that game? It was just, guy conceded twice. It's like, he didn't really set up anything, did he?
No, he drew really, really bad. So I guess I just steamrolled him. I drew everything.
Yeah.
I could draw my Guzmans from the prices. I drew Guzman's price,
really?
I drew it in the 6th and 5th price, the two first prices. It's fortunate there and can just kill all the Vikavolts, leaving no room for comebacks in the second game at least. Yeah,
especially in game 1 as well. I think the big thing was he had Field Blower twice, but then he also had the replacement Floatstone twice, so he could do 2 strong charges, but then,
I still play 8 tools, so it really is just replace. Now I even play 2 Garbodor, so I turn to lock, it's very easy.
Yeah, that's one of the really strengths of playing such a sort of high Garbodor count, because before people would play, say, 1 Garbotoxin and 3 the other one, but especially now with no Hex as well, you need to have that ability lock sort of early on. So the one thing I really wanted to ask you about, so this build, it's like a hybrid build. You're playing both Espeon and Drampa. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I tested Drampa Garb again, of course, because I wanted to play the deck again. But I found that people playing the really aggressive Ho build in version, or just a Kiav and Hollow in Volcanion.
Oh yes.
Gives the deck huge problems because you can't one-shot it, you can't answer.
No.
But if you play the 1-on-1 Espeon, you can actually one-shot it or confuse it. You can answer at least.
It gives you more answers and it gives you more time to actually mount a response to that deck then.
Yes.
Basically.
So that was the main reason. But Espeon is really good against basically everything. And I played Espeon EX as well.
Oh, okay. Obviously, we didn't see it there,
Yeah,
but
I didn't get it, couldn't use it. Didn't have to. So, say against Garbodor, I can go Espeon GX, make that 200 HP, really bulky.
Yeah.
I can attach a band, and do 6 to the Garbodor. And then I can use Espeon EX and devolve it afterwards.
Of course.
And then they're all is that.
Yeah.
So you can kind of poke them with them, annoy them,
Yeah.
like you do in the normal build, but you still have the consistency of Drampa. So that's why I went with the hybrid.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also having access to Divide. I know you normally use Big Wheel, but having access to Divide GX potentially as well is also really strong.
Really good. I used it a couple of times already, so
There you go.
It's a great attack.
Yeah. How thick is the SP online? Is it like just a 1/1 tech? Or
It's a 1/1 tech.
Yeah, okay, it is.
Just have an answer.
Yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
since you go Brigade turn 1 anyway, as long as one of them isn't priced, you can get it out easily.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna say.
even if you don't have a psychic, you can just I search for it, bench it, and
Yeah.
wait for the psychic.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't think you'd have much, with the stuff that Drampa plays, you wouldn't really have much room for more than 1/1, I guess, so...
No, I still want my 4 ends, 4 Sycamore, for everything.
Absolutely.
I only played 3 Tapu though. I played 1 Hala instead.
So,
I had to make a sacrifice there, but it's still fine.
Yeah, no, you can't just play 4 of everything like you did before. So you're 4-0 right now, speaking of 4, so
Yes.
I must be really happy about that. So you mentioned before that you put in the Espeon mainly because you're worried about the Ho-Oh deck. Are there any other decks which you really don't want to face going into the next few rounds?
Straight Golisopod with like 4 Acerolas
Oh,
and stuff. That's a really hard one
Yeah.
because they can trade really well. I got 3 Potown, so I can actually answer it because they will get 3. So we can get the Potown early enough and apply pressure back, and they whiff Acerola for a couple turns.
Yeah.
I have a shot, but the matchup is really hard.
Yeah.
But they have a chance at least.
Okay, that's fair enough. But obviously you've done really well. So to get here, so congratulations once more. Is there anyone you want to say hello to at home or anything like that?
I showed them all my friends and family. I love you all. And, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you very much once again. A pleasure to have you on here. So guys, we hope you enjoyed that round. Once again, we will be back as soon as the next round is up. So until then, don't go away.